In this video, we'll show you how to add the Mapbox plugin to your WeWeb project so you can display different location markers on a map. We'll cover a few intro settings. For more advanced options, we recommend that you go through the Mapbox documentation. Okay, so in WeWeb, I have a collection with fake cities, and the data that is returned by this collection is a list of fake cities with a name, a latitude, and longitude coordinates. And I also have a Mapbox account with a default plugin token. So in WeWeb, I can go to my plugins, and as an extension, I can look for Mapbox. So I'll add the plugin here, and then I'm invited to add Mapbox components. So I'll just click here, and I see now that in my add menu, if I want to go back there in the add menu, in the plugin section, I now have a Mapbox map. So we'll drag and drop this inside my section, and here it tells me that I need a valid API access token. So this is the token that I copied here. So on this element, in the settings, I can paste my public key. And it's fine to paste it here because it is a public token, so it's not meant to be private. Now, the default latitude and longitude appears to be in Brooklyn or somewhere in New York. And what I can do now is bind my own markers, so my fake cities. So I could add them manually. Here I have two default markers, New York and Brooklyn. I could add another one manually, but instead I would rather bind this data to my fake cities collection. And this expects an array. It expects a list of items. So I will bind it to fakecities.data. And now I can map the different fields from my collection. So the marker content will be the name of the city. The latitude field will be here. The longitude will be here. And I don't need a specific marker color, but if I did, I would have the information in my database, and I don't need to make a marker draggable or not. So now I have all my fake cities. And if I go to preview mode, I can click on a marker and see the name of the fake city. Now back on my map element, I can style it differently. So here I have a 3D globe. I could change it, make it a little bit different. So you have a few default settings here. I could say that the pop-up stays open on click. So if I go to preview mode now, when I move around, it stays open until I close it. I could change the max width of the pop-up, and I could also create my own modal. So trigger my own modal or side menu, pop-up sidebar. And on the Mapbox element with a workflow that is triggered on map click or marker mouse enter or marker click, I could decide to display my own custom pop-up. That way I have full customization ability. So let's say, let's do it here. So let's say that on marker click, I want to change variable value to current or selected marker. We'll say it's an object. So the selected marker here, and the value would be my marker here. So now when I click on this one, for example, Koya, now I have this content here. And what I could do is on my custom modal, I could bind this to the selected marker variable, which is here. And now instead of displaying this here, I could disable pop-ups, so the native pop-ups of Mapbox. And instead, in my workflow, I would say that after I've updated the variable of the selected marker, I want to change the variable value of show and display this, because the pop-up sidebar here, I forced the display in the editor, but it is actually bound to this variable show. So when I click on a marker, it will update this selected marker variable, and it will update the side pop-up variable. So it will change it to true, and my custom modal will be displayed. So if I try in preview mode, now I see I've selected this. So this allows me to customize completely how I want users to be able to view my information. So those are some of the basic settings. There's more you can do. You can add different sources and layers. In order to do this, we recommend that you refer to the Mapbox documentation. The best way to learn, of course, is to get your hands dirty, but if there's anything we can help you with, do not hesitate to reach out in the community on community.weweb.io.